Hey, how are you? I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie with Team Rise or Fall. Now, if you're into tight ends, this is the video for you. I have 5 guys I don't want anything to do with in the 2021 season. So hang here. We'll be right back. Let's fade tight ends. Hello, and we're back. Thanks for being here. I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, as you can see here with Team Rise or Fall. Before we get started into the video, the 5 tight ends I definitely want to fade this coming season. Go like and subscribe, share this with your friends. If it was a good video, if it was a good experience, let people know. And if you disliked it, let the staff here know. Send a comment, do something along those lines. It'd be greatly appreciated because I just try to do anything and everything that's asked of me for you specifically. I pride myself in getting back to everybody that reaches out to me, and I don't think I've been a liar as far as that's concerned. So go to Team Rise or Fall, like and share, join the Discord. Fantasy football is in full swing. You can find the 80-page draft guide now on the website for free. And I know in today's day and age, there's a million different outlets, but I'm telling you now, trust me and trust my word. Team Rise or Fall is where it's at. You're going to want to be here now and for the foreseeable future. So thanks so much, and let's get right into tight ends. And before I start mentioning a few guys by name and their ADP and everything, I've made no bones about my not disdain or dislike for tight ends. I do find it an important position, but I know a lot of other folks that are over the moon for tight ends, and the positional advantage you can gain by grabbing a guy like Travis Kelsey or George Kittle in San Francisco, especially if it's a tight end premium league. I've also told you I'm 37 years old, so tight end premium leagues are kind of a new thing. Maybe they've been around for a while, but I know as it stands right now, all that is in the forefront. Tight end premium leagues, you're going to want to draft Travis Kelsey in the first 5 picks. And that's all well and good, but I mean, those are not everybody plays in those kind of leagues. Nowadays, it's all, super flex leagues, full point PPR, half point PPR, and obviously DFS. But for this video, it's not a tight end premium thing. Let's go from there. Just like a super flex, which you might think it's not very meaningful in a video like this. If you dislike a guy and you're going to fade a tight end to begin with, then it doesn't matter what the format is. You're going to fade him regardless here. So take what I say with a grain of salt. These are my opinions, not trying to ruffle feathers or make anybody mad. Just here to have fun, broadcast, connect with people, and just very much enjoy ourselves. So the first guy I want to mention, I said that to say this. It's not going to be very popular. It's Kyle Pitts in Atlanta. This kid is a stud, right? We all think generational talent is being used with him along with some other people. But if everybody's a generational talent, then nobody is a generational talent, right? So right now, Kyle Pitts, this blows my mind. Right now, Kyle Pitts is tight end 4. His ADP is about 52.3 overall. So let me repeat that. A rookie tight end is the tight end 4. So you're looking at what? Just by name. Kelsey, Kittle, Darren Waller, then Pitts. And then you got TJ Hawkinson, Mark Andrews, I would imagine. But to put Kyle Pitts at tight end 4 above guys like TJ Hawkinson or Mark Andrews is just wild to me. Again, I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time, but I'm also right a lot of the time. So to me, I'm fully fading Kyle Pitts, not because of the talent, not because of the situation. I'm fading Kyle Pitts at the cost. As I said, ADP is about 52.3. If you look at guys going around him, Robert Woods is right there. Myles Gaskin in Miami is right there. I would prefer to have both of those boys, or men, excuse me, in redraft leagues over Kyle Pitts. In a dynasty league, it's a no-brainer. You're going to want to take Kyle Pitts, top 3, top 5 for sure. But as it stands now, maybe I'm, in the minority here. I just can't see myself paying up for a rookie tight end like that. All the data in the world, I'm not going to sit here and bore you with all that stuff, but we know, I mean, it's kind of set in stone. It's easily found that tight ends, they take a few years to kind of cultivate. They take a few years to break out and pop, and that's all well and good. Case in point, hopefully, would be TJ Hawkinson this year. All Detroit fandom, homerism aside, looks like TJ is set up to have a very successful third year in the league. But again, Kyle Pitts, generational talent. He's a hybrid between wide receiver, tight end. Does he even fall in that category? I don't know. And do I understand that I might miss out on Kyle Pitts shares across the board in all my teams? Absolutely. So take what I'm saying. You formulate your own opinion. Not pushing my awful tight end ideals on you, but I'm fading Kyle Pitts. As I said, tight end 4, ADP around 52.3. Now next guy, Evan Engram. New York Giants, as you can see there, number 88, I think he is. Evan Engram is tight end 12. Look at my notes here. Engram is tight end 12, ADP of 123.7. Now I know tight end is kind of a wasteland. It has been for years, aside from those top three guys, right? Kittle, Kelsey, Darren Waller. It's kind of a wasteland. Maybe we can throw Kyle Pitts in there at some point here. I do want to say, that Evan Engram and the next few guys, you're not really hurting anybody. You're not hurting your team because their ADPs are so low where you can take the risk. I'm just saying I'm fading Evan Engram because the guy he had, I wrote in a recent article. Let me see if I can remember it. Evan Engram scored, I believe, 6 or 7 touchdowns. He scored 6 touchdowns his rookie season. The next 3 seasons since combined has only scored, I believe, 7 total in 3 seasons. There's something up with him. It's not a talent issue. It's a staying on the field kind of thing. And he is just, Evan Engram to me is just absolutely hell to own. You never know when it's going to happen, and when it does, it's the same thing. I wrote the Fantasy Hell series not too long ago. And to me, Evan Engram, tight end 12, it's just insane to me. Again, it's the cost. It's the price. No ill will towards him. No ill will towards the Giants. I'm fully fading Evan Engram. Let's go down to Tyler Higbee in LA. Tyler Higbee is tight end 16. ADP is 144.3. Now again, very cheap cost. I mean, you're looking at the 14th, 15th round with Tyler Higbee. I wouldn't fault you if you wanted to draft him there. I'm just saying there's a couple other players I'd prefer there. Darryl Mooney, second-year guy in Chicago, is right there. J.D. McKissick is right there if you wanted to take a risk on like a PPR kind of handcuff guy to Antonio Gibson there. And I know Michael Gallup is right there as well. I would prefer all 3 of those over Tyler Higbee. As I said, tight end 16, ADP of 144.3. Now I know what you're going to say. Maybe Higbee doesn't harm us like he did last year. Matthew Stafford is now in Los Angeles. We know Matthew Stafford's, like and love propensity, I should say, to get everybody involved. Matthew Stafford is a stud, all-pro quarterback, and if he does what we all think he's going to do, everybody is going to get bumps. Woods, Kupp, Henderson, Hendo, as we say, the running back, and then Tyler Higbee could be a major benefactor of Matthew Stafford in that offense. At tight end 16, ADP of 144, I wouldn't fault you for it. I just want nothing to do with him there. I'm fully fading Higbee, not only because it's Tyler Higbee and he hurt us so bad last season. He was supposed to be, the second coming. Everybody talked about Tyler Higbee as, going to be a top 3 tight end, and we saw nothing. I mean, he did fine. He did okay. But at the cost this season, it's not awful, but I'm still fading, not because of the position, because of the players you can add in around Tyler Higbee. So last but not least, and this is personal, I'm going to tell you, it's 100% personal here. Stats and all the stuff we normally do aside, I dislike Eric Ebron in Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron is tight end 32. I mean, he's in the crapper there. Tight end 32. ADP is just insane, 254, and rightfully so. When it comes to Eric Ebron, this guy is always doing this, running his mouth, putting this guy down, putting the guy who takes photos for sports cards. I mean, he yells at everybody. He's just a jerk, right? And he's always writing checks his ass can't catch, as they say. Eric Ebron to me is a guy I don't want anywhere around my roster, whether it be a real life NFL team or my fantasy teams. He just does something to me, and maybe I'm in the minority again. I'm fine with that. A lot of these plays, a lot of my articles, people say, hey, Chris, Detroit Beastie, you're a dummy. I want that guy there, and that's all well and good. You're allowed to make your own decision. But to me, Eric Ebron in Pittsburgh is just going to fade away. You know, he's just going to be gone one day, and everybody's going to go, oh, Eric Ebron doesn't play anymore. That Pittsburgh offense should be, in all likelihood, very good there, but there's a lot of players that need the ball to do what we expect them to do. Rookie sensation Najee Harris, stud, right? Chase Claypool, stud. Deontay Johnson, stud. Juju Smith-Schuster, I'm fading him, but he's still going to get a lot of run. We can expect, you know, 100 targets for each wide receiver. We're going to expect, 75, 80 targets for Najee Harris. Hopefully he catches like 50 of those. That's what I have in my projections. So where does that leave Eric Ebron? Low in the crapper, as I said moments ago, but I know what you're going to say too. I can read you like a book. You're watching this, I can read you like a book. Well, Chris, Eric Ebron's ADP is 254. You're looking in the 25th round. Not much is going on there anyways. Well, I'm telling you right now, I dislike Eric Ebron, and I would prefer to take a kicker over Eric Ebron. I would prefer to take a DST over Eric Ebron, and I'm not even thinking twice about it. One more guy before I get you out of here. Irv Smith Jr. in Minnesota. Now with Irv, you have to really scroll down. You have to dig in deep to find his ADP information. I went on the site, and he wasn't even in the top 350. That's how low down he is. So again, I mean, you can take a flyer on him. You can throw a dart. You're not going to cost your team any harm. You're not going to do anything personally to your attitude or however you want to put it. But to me, Irv Smith Jr. is a kid who, will he ever break out? We don't know. The last 2 seasons, it's Irv Smith Jr. season, SZN, as the kids say, and it never happens. And we've already seen it this summer. You know, Mike Zimmer openly said, but he's not even in our plans. We are actively not going to look the tight ends way, rightfully so. Kirk Cousins, 35 touchdown passes last season. The Minnesota Vikings in general scored 55 touchdowns. That's going to be hard to replicate. Dalvin Cook needs a heavy workload. He commands so much attention. Oh, and what about Adam Thielen? All the red zone targets, double-digit touchdowns. Young stud Justin Jefferson coming on. He's going to command, dare I say, double what he did last year in terms of targets and yards and touchdowns like that. So I just don't see any reason for the Minnesota Vikings to lean on, let alone use Irv Smith Jr. So I'm fading him, and I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about, fading Eric Ebron. I don't feel bad about any of this stuff. It's a decision that's final in my book. Call me Judge Beastie, whatever, Judge Dread Beastie, whatever you want to call it. I'm cool with it. So before we get out of here, just run it down real quick. Kyle Pitts, tight end 4. Evan Engram, tight end 12. Tyler Higbee, tight end 16. Eric Ebron, tight end 32, and Irv Smith Jr. I couldn't even find what his ADP was, and I don't even know where he is on the tight end rankings. I mean, I did that on purpose to prove a point. You don't want many of these guys, Kyle Pitts aside, because of the talent you can assemble around here. I'm old school. I've always said that. Tight end is literally the last position I draft every time I'm drafting. And again, you don't have to be like me. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just trying to help share how I go, how I play, and I go from there. So go to Team Rise or Fall, like and share the video. Go try out all the tools, all the Study Hub DFS stuff. It's all through the roof. And while you're there, please do me a favor. Join the Discord and tell them Beastie sent you. Beastie is the promo code. Go there. You can get a percentage off, and you will not be you'll not be down in the dumps with Team Rise or Fall when you use Beastie. Go there, say, hey, look for Chris, tell him I sent you, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.